Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, and welcome to our session. We're very excited to talk to you today about increasing food and beverage revenue in hotels and casinos. My name is Manon Campbell, and I'm pleased to welcome both Mark and Tully from our Oracle Hospitality Solutions engineering team. Mark and Tully, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Manon. It's great to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Tully, if it's okay, I'd like to start with you. You have been very busy talking to our customers in the Asia Pacific region, especially the last couple of months. And I'm guessing that the increase in vaccination rates played a major role in those discussions. So if you wouldn't mind telling us what you've been hearing from our customers in the F&B space.
Sure, Manon, and that's very true. There are two main reasons why we have been quite busy recently. The first reason is with the vaccination rates increasing to as high as 70%, especially here in Asia, more and more restaurants are reopening for regular business, which is great to see. The second reason is in the regions where COVID restrictions continue to change regularly, for example, here in Australia, businesses are adopting more flexible service options at an increased rate. For example, mobile ordering, takeout, or delivery offerings. And at this point in time, we wouldn't be wrong to say that mobile ordering, takeout, and delivery have become a global standard for all food and beverage businesses.
Thanks, Tully. And it actually does make a lot of sense. And it's so great to hear that our customers are either reopening for regular business or being provided with solutions to resume business where restrictions are unfortunately still in place today. And I think it's fair to say that we all anticipated that the huge rise in mobile and off-premise ordering wouldn't necessarily go away, but would actually be incorporated back into normal dining operations. Now, Tully, if I understood you correctly, you mentioned that some of the restaurants are using technology in the kitchen to help manage business from both in-person guests as well as those who are ordering for takeout and delivery.
Absolutely, Manon. As you both know, kitchen display system is something that is becoming more and more popular in the hotel and casino space. And I'm sure everyone here with us today also have probably heard about the benefits of using a kitchen display system versus kitchen printing. And it is great to see that business operators were really quick to realize that improving efficiencies in the kitchen will directly impact the guest experience in a very positive way. For example, we just talked about mobile and online ordering, which allows customers to place their orders simultaneously via multiple different channels. From a hotel operator point of view, it sounds great to be able to increase the order of volume without increasing the number of service staff. However, businesses now need to handle the influx of orders coming from dining guests as well as the online users. At the same time, however, most kitchens are still operating with decades-old technology with impact printers. So we really have to ask at this point, why aren't we modernizing our kitchens to make it more efficient and more capable of handling the increased volume of orders coming in from all these different channels?
It's a great point, Tully. And innovating in the front of house can only go so far if you aren't doing the same type of innovation in the kitchen to match that. And there are definitely a lot of features within the kitchen display system that even customers who currently have it may not know about, or may just never had the chance to even try them yet.
Well said, Mark. And that is something that we see very, very often. And one of the more interesting things that I also have been seeing is how hotel restaurants are trying to provide order status updates to their customers. As restaurants start to resume both in-person dining, mobile takeout, and delivery orders, there are way more dockets flowing into the kitchen that need to be properly managed. If I'm staying at a hotel, for example, and I place an order of the restaurants downstairs on my smartphone, my immediate expectation would be that I will receive status updates on my mobile phone when my order is ready and it's on the way. The good news is kitchen display system provides the foundation for that functionality, because kitchen display system can send status updates to an interface, which can then be used to update the guest regarding the status of their order. Let's say I'm staying at a hotel and I place my dinner order using my mobile phone, and I receive a notification saying that my food will be delivered in 30 minutes from now, which gives me just enough time for a quick shower or having that phone call that I have been delaying since morning while waiting for my food to be delivered.
You bring up a good point. about giving the guest more control over their dining experience. You know, especially here in Australia and New Zealand, we've seen some restaurants who are taking this to the next level. In Sydney, before the lockdown, for example, where many restaurants and cafes are very busy, especially during the lunchtime period, guests are able to show up, find their table, place an order, and pay all from their own phone. And the only time they actually interact with any employees is when the food's delivered to their table. Now, some people may think that, you know, isn't that a bit risky with people walking out and not paying? Well, we'd argue that that can happen today even without the use of that type of technology. And it's uncommon. And also the risk is probably outweighs the benefits, where, you know, many of these restaurants are seeing table turns of 2 and 3 times during a busy lunch shift, which is a big improvement over having to wait there to place your order, wait for your food, and wait to pay. They've put the control back into the hands of their guests. And this is a very popular option, especially for guests who are in the middle of their workday and just want to get in, have some quality food and enjoy their meal and get back to work.
Thanks, Mark. That's actually very interesting. And as you know, in Asia Pacific, we've seen a lot of restaurants shifting to digital menus for in-person dining, but it's still not really that common to see digital ordering and payments. And it will be very interesting to see if more places start to adopt a similar model to the one you've just described. Now, Mark, can you just clarify, are these restaurants working with a third party to make that happen?
Yeah, good question. And yes, most of them are working with third parties. You know, a lot of these establishments are small businesses, small hotels, and so third parties are usually the best option for them. And in fact, we have many of these third parties in our Oracle Food and Beverage cloud marketplace. And there's a QR code displaying now for our attendees to scan and go in and have a look at what available integrations are there today. And in case one of them matches their operations, go ahead and engage with them.
That's perfect. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, and definitely we encourage everyone to check out our cloud marketplace where all of our validated integrations are published. Our partners are truly instrumental in helping us provide a customized and innovative set of solutions for you, our customers, that's for sure. Now, not everyone around the world is ready to dine in person again. A lot of people are still very cautious, and frankly, a lot of people have started learning to cook at home after months of not being able to eat at their favorite restaurants. One of the really interesting things that we've seen is for food and beverage establishments to offer other types of services. For example, we've seen establishments offer cooking classes, both in person and virtually, and it can accommodate all levels of comfort and skill. So what that means is the chef hosts a class and the guests are able to show up in person and pay a fee for the supplies and the experience, or they pay a fee and pick up their home cooking kit from the restaurant and cook the meal from the comfort of their own kitchen. It certainly is an interesting alternative to dine in or takeout, and it does provide that much needed additional revenue because we do see that guests are willing to pay a premium for an experience.
Well, that's true, Manon. And even for people who are traveling again and staying in hotels, some are still preferring to eat in their rooms or have their foods to be delivered.
I mean, Tali, I was that way even before the pandemic. When I'm traveling alone, which only really happens when I travel for work, I do prefer to eat in my room. After long days of meetings, I don't want to leave my hotel room and prefer to catch up on emails or speak with my family while getting ready for the next day.
Well, you're in luck because it is getting easier and easier to order food from your room and now even directly from your own phone.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. So QR codes are really making a comeback, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And instead of having to call from your landline in the hotel room, people can just scan the code that is either placed on the desk or on the bedside table or even displaying on the home screen of the television in the room. And it'll take you to a website and you can place your order there from any of their outlets within the hotel or casino.
Or a bunch of restaurants, right? Sometimes I want food from 2 different places. And if it's a larger hotel with multiple offerings, it would be great if I can order a few things at once.
Tully, that's true. It really is all about choice, having the choice nowadays, isn't it? And it's great to see when you do in-room food ordering, you still have the option to choose.
Very true. And it is a great option for hospitality restaurateurs to keep people and their revenue on premise. If it's just as easy to place an order from the restaurants downstairs in the hotel as it is from a nearby restaurant that delivers, then they're more likely to order from those restaurants within the hotel or casino.
Well, especially because ordering from the hotel means they will bring the food right up to your hotel door. With a lot of delivery parties, however, you still have to go down to the lobby to get your food, simply because the delivery person won't be allowed to go up to the rooms.
Yeah, I mean, it really does sound like it's a win-win for both the hotel and the guests. And as we look forward to the future of hospitality, food and beverage, we want to emphasize 3 important takeaways from today. It's important to innovate using the newest technology and integrations, adapt to the changing ways that we travel and dine, and as a result, grow the F&B revenue in your hotel and casino space. We certainly encourage all of you to reach out with any questions, or if you want to talk more about how our Oracle Hospitality food and beverage solutions can enable the revenue boosting innovations we've talked about today. Mark and Tully, this is all we've got time for today. And as always, it's been a great pleasure talking to you and hearing from the both of you.
It was great to be here.
Always happy to talk about food and beverage tech.